And I'll go back, Richard Mahoney.
No, Richard, where'd Brenda go?
Am I supposed to do something else now?
Nope, that's fine, Brenda. Okay, so we have everybody present except Richard Mahoney.
Point of order, Madam Chairman. If Richard joins us, it should be noted at what time he joins us. So if he joins in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, it should be noted in the minutes that he joined at such and such a time.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, the purpose of this meeting, everyone, we received 6 open meeting law complaints after the September 10th corporation meeting, for which we held a new election because the January election was not posted, nor was an agenda put there. So we had to redo the election. These complaints that we received, I sent them to all of you. Has everybody had an opportunity to review them?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, my summarization of the 6 is that they're basically all the same, that because the capacity of the Zoom video back then was 100 people, there were some people that were not able to access the meeting. So that's basically, after reading them all, they all basically say the same thing. For that reason, I just want to go around to the trustees and see if anybody has any comments or anything regarding these complaints. So I'd like to start with Catherine. Catherine, do you have any comments or anything to say about these?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. Judy?
No, I have nothing to add to what you've said.
Okay, thank you. Loretta?
No, I have nothing to add also.
Okay, Joanne?
Nope, nothing to say.
Thank you. Mary?
Nothing to say, nothing to
Thank
add.
you. Carol?
Nothing.
Okay, and Bill?
No, I'm going to concur with you, Madam Chairman. When you looked at the violations, remember this is the forms that were filled out claims a violation of the open meeting law. So the only thing we have to consider is an actual accusation of a violation of the law. All the other minutia is irrelevant. My friend from Delaware would call it malarkey. But so the only point we need to deal with is were in fact some members of the public unable to attend because of the lack of ability to accommodate
Excuse me.
more than 300 people.
Sorry, Bill. I have Richard on the phone. He can't get in. He couldn't get in through his computer. He's on the city website and can't get into the meeting.
You can phone in. The phone number's right there on the city website.
It says to phone in. It should be right on the website page. Okay. You have it?
Yeah, phone number's right there.
Yeah, he's looking.
It says New York, 1-929-205-6099. It's right there.
She says use the New York number.
And then there's a meeting ID as to put in a passcode.
You got it?
I would say put him on speaker if he gets in.
Are you in?
I'm trying to do these.
Joanne, you could just put them on speaker.
They're saying I can put you on speaker on my phone and you can join the meeting that way. Do you want to do that? Richard? I lost him.
Uh-oh.
Is he in there? Because I'll try to call him back.
Try and call him, Joanne. Would you please?
Yep.
Do that speaker.
All right, he's on speaker.
Can you hear us, Richard?
Yes, Richard.
Great.
Can you hear him?
I
Yeah.
can hear. Can everybody hear Richard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Get the time. Record the time so it's on.
Yeah, 309.
Yeah, 309.
Yep.
Okay, Bill, do you want to go back to where you were? You had the
Okay.
floor.
Again, the only issues in front of us today are any accusation that we violated the open meeting law. Anything else that in the complaint would be considered, minutia and not relevant. For example, there was a complaint made that we were going somehow into executive session that night, and that never happened. So again, those are irrelevant issues. The point is, do we, as a board, want to call a meeting to revote the offices of the board of trust of the board of the corporation? I think that's the only issue that's before us today. We cannot vote on that today because it wasn't an agenda. The agenda is simply the discussion of the 6 or 7 complaints. So I think the only motion that I would make is that we establish a time to meet as a corporation to revote the offices for the Woburn Public Library Corporation.
Do we need to make a motion to do that?
I just
I need
did.
to,
He just did.
he
Second.
just did. Okay,
Who
thank
seconded?
Carol.
Carol did.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
No, you have to do roll call.
Oh, excuse me. You're right, Carol. Thank you. Brenda, would you please do a roll call?
A roll call to establish a time to meet as a corporation to revote.
Just a vote that we're going to have a
Revote.
meeting.
Okay. Richard Mahoney?
No.
No? Jan Rabbit?
Yes,
Judy Kelly?
Yes.
Carol Seitz?
Yes.
Mary Hines?
Yes.
Loretta Shuck?
Yes.
William Callahan?
Yes.
Joanne McNamee?
No.
And Catherine Tifo?
Yes.
7 yeses, 2 nos.
thank you, Brenda. Okay, so the motion carries. I will poll the board regarding the availability. We keep in mind, we have to post it with the city clerk's office 48 hours ahead of the meeting. So I will send an email to the trustees today asking for your availability for, say, a couple of days next week. And you can I'll give you some dates and times, and I'll let you know what works for the majority of the trustees. And having said that, I don't think there's anything else to come before.
One further point, Madam
Yes.
Chairman. I think it would be appropriate if you responded to the complainants with the answer that we will be holding a meeting to revote. So your way of communicating back to them is saying that, yes, we will hold a meeting, even though we don't know the date yet, to revote the officers of the corporation.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. So that the motion carried 7-2, and that will do.
Madam Chairman,
I'm sorry?
I'm waiting to be recognized. I'm
Oh,
trying to-
Carol, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do we need to authorize Ellen Callahan to write a response that will go to the state?
I can clarify that with her if you'd like. Is this regarding holding another election, Carol? or-
Well, it's just, we've got the complaint, now we've got the remedy. I'm not sure what the procedure is. Do we still need to write a formal response that would go to the complainants and the state?
I would, my sense would say most likely, that's probably the route we will take.
Okay,
We may want to take a vote today,
yes.
authorize the city solicitor to respond to these 6 OML complaints that were all regarding the 100 capacity limit for the Zoom meeting on September 10th, to see if she would be willing to do that for the board, to file a response with the Attorney General's office. Carol, again?
I move that we authorize Ellen to formulate that response.
Okay, is there a second to that?
I'll
I'll
second it.
second it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Judy,
And I'd like to just add something on that. I reviewed the instructions for us to answer the complaint. And it says the first step is that we have to meet to review the complaint within 14 business days. And this is what we have done today, as well as in the past. We've read it. And we do have to send a copy of the complaint and our response to the complaint. And we can delegate this responsibility to counsel, which would be Ellen Callahan to set. But it's only after we've reviewed the complaint at our public body meeting, which was today.
Correct. So
Let me add, Madam Chairman. let
I'm
me add
sorry,
to that.
Bill, go ahead.
I think it also stipulates that we need to respond to the individuals themselves. Not
Yes.
only- So that my motion, or my suggestion was that the chair respond to the 6 or 7 individuals with the answer being that we're going to revote. Technically, the Attorney General hasn't even received this complaint yet. The complainant has a time limit of 30 days after they hear from us of whether or not to file with the Attorney General. So the complainant really can't file with the Attorney General until such time as we've responded and whether they accept or reject our response. So first step, contact those people. And in the meantime, if we want to prepare a response to the Attorney General, that's fine.
Well, in addition to responding to it, we are asked to give a description of any action that we're taking to address the allegations.
Well, we will be in compliance, wouldn't you think? If Ellen agrees to the city solicitor, if she agrees to write these, to tell them what we have done, correct? We'll have her write our response for us once we voted. Is that correct?
The response to the individuals or to the Attorney General?
She would do, she read one, I'm sorry, she wrote one for a previous complaint that we received that this was on the Minuteman Library Network. So she responded to the complainant as well as, I think she was going to also respond to the Attorney General's office.
I'd be comfortable with you conferring with her to decide how to go forward.
You're fine with, okay.
Yeah.
Is everybody fine with that? I'll check with Ellen and she can make the decision.
Do we need to take a vote to authorize her?
Well,
I think we already took a
Patty, you
vote.
can, yes, we do need to take a vote. You can either allow me to meet with her, or we can take a vote to authorize her. Authorize city solicitor to write our response.
Okay.
You can write a response if the board requests to each individual, telling them what our remedy will be once we are able to call a new meeting with proper posting and so forth. Is that okay with everybody? We need a roll call though before we
Yes.
do that.
So this is a vote to authorize the city solicitor to write the response to the individuals who filed complaints, correct?
As well as the Attorney General's office.
And Attorney General. Okay, so this is a vote for both.
Why don't we do that? And if she doesn't, and if Ellen would prefer that I write a response to the individuals, I will be happy to do so if the board is fine with that.
That would be a separate motion, I think.
Mary has a question.
Mary, go ahead.
No, I mean, that was just my point. I think that our vote should be to ask the city solicitor to write the response to the Attorney General. And then you perhaps could talk to the city solicitor about whether it's appropriate that you would respond to the complainants or whether she would.
That's fine with me. Do we want to make have somebody want to second Mary's motion and we'll make that the,
I second it.
what we'll do?
Catherine did.
Catherine
I did.
seconded it. Okay, so Brenda, would you please do a roll call?
Okay, let me make sure I have this right. So the vote is going to be to authorize the city solicitor to write a response, to request the Attorney General to write a response.
No. Ellen's going to write it to go to the Attorney General's office.
I'm sorry, yes. To authorize the city solicitor to write a response to the Attorney General.
Correct.
That's what this vote is for. Okay.
And also, she will either respond to the claimants themselves, or if she would prefer, I can respond to them to tell them what action the board has taken.
All right, that'll be a discussion between you and she. Okay. All right. Richard Mahoney.
Richard, did you hear that?
I'll abstain. Thank you.
He's going to abstain, he said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne.
Jan Rabbit.
Yes.
Judy Kelly.
Yes.
Carol Seitz.
Yes.
Mary Hines.
Yes.
Loretta Schuck.
Yes.
William Callahan.
Yes.
Joanne McNamee.
I'll abstain also.
And Catherine Tifo.
Yes.
7 yeses, 2 abstain.
Thank you, Brenda. So the motion carries. So Ellen, I will be in contact with the city solicitor regarding those responses. Is there any other, does anybody have anything to come before the meeting? Or if not, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have to roll call to adjourn?
Yes.
I'm sorry, who made the motion to adjourn?
Mary.
Carol.
Okay.
Carol?
Yes.
Okay, I've got 321. Did you want to do a roll call, did you say,
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
roll call to adjourn meeting. Richard Mahoney,
Yes.
Yes, he said.
Jan Rabbit,
Yes.
Judy Kelly,
Yes.
Carol Seitz,
Yes.
Mary Hines,
Yes.
Loretta Schuck,
Yes.
William Callahan,
Yes.
Joanne McNamee,
Yes.
and Catherine Tifo.
Yes.
9 yeses to adjourn.
Thank you, everybody. That concludes our meeting. Have a nice night.